The Caravan is on the move again. That despite a major shot across the bow yesterday from President Trump, the proclamation we expect today. Last night they voted to go to Tijuana, 1,700 miles away, twice as far as McAllen, Texas. That despite President Trump basically saying, stay here, reconsider, maybe work here. So there is some recognition they might be in Tijuana for a while. They're looking for some jobs in the maquiladoras up there, potentially, that this route, they say, is safer and there could be work up there. Now, let me explain exactly what's happening with this directive from the president. He's basically saying that unless you file your asylum claim through a port of entry, it would not be considered if you pass illegally, meaning over a river or over the fence, which is about what 90% of Central Americans do. They go over the Rio Grande or over the fence, and then they file their asylum claim. The president's saying, if that is the case, we will not consider it. You'll be expeditiously removed from the country very quickly, meaning you will not see an immigration judge. Let me tell you what the Homeland Security and Department of Justice said yesterday. Number one, the system right now is overwhelmed. Too many meritless asylum claims. It is burdening the resources, preventing the expeditious granting of asylum claims from those who truly deserve it. So the Caravan right now is about 5,000 to 6,000. About half will leave today to go to a city about 150 miles away. Some others will leave, we're told, today or tomorrow. They asked for buses from the United Nations. That has been denied. That's now the third time that has happened. There's another roughly 3,000 to 4,000 migrants in 3 caravans behind this one, which is why they're calling it an exodus, not a caravan per se. Now, the route to Tijuana could be at most, or at the least rather, 8 to 10 days away, potentially 2 weeks. If you're averaging about 200 miles a day, 1,700 miles is going to take a while. Back to you.
Hey, William, let me ask you something. Do they understand, being that a lot of them are on cell phones, it seems, and they seem to be attuned to American laws, do they understand what's going on here, that the president's prepping something that's going to change the way in which they're going to be received at the border when they get here?
Great question. We've asked it to several people this morning, and Brian, they do not know that. Now, we do know they are talking to attorneys, and unlike some of the coaching sessions we've seen in the past, I talked to some American attorneys this weekend who are telling them the rules are different now. You're not going to just get in there as you maybe have in the past, entering the shelter system, maybe see an immigration judge in the next 2 years. I don't think that's been fully communicated to them. Otherwise, I think they might change their mind, reconsider, stay in Mexico for a while, maybe make some money. I know that some of them are still planning to hire a coyote, whether they go in Texas or California.
William,
we expect it to break up a little bit the closer they get to the border.
Very quickly, do you know who these attorneys are working for? Are they independent contracted attorneys, or are they a part of a broader group?
No, they're NGOs. I mean, they're immigration advocates. I know one was Women in Migration, International Organization of Women in Migration. It was a U.S. attorney. She was very bright and very frank with me, and actually being very frank with them. I was in the tent with them. They're actually getting good, hard information so they can make their own informed decision. Wow. Back to you.
Maybe it's just a legal Zoom. Somebody has an illegal Zoom account.
All right, William Jeunesse live in Mexico City. William, thank you very much.